You're listening to the One Step Deeper podcast with your host, Jimmy Moore and Brittany Davis. OneStepDeeperPodcast.com.
Hey guys, welcome into the One Step Deeper podcast, episode 29. You can probably see that this is not Jimmy today. We're going to have a very special episode where the one and only Wildman is here with me. If you watched any of the episodes, listened to any of the episodes, you pretty much know who Wildman is. He's my husband. And we're here today to talk about our specific relationship, our crazy story of how we got started and how 11 years has just flown by and been quite a ride, and how our marriage is so different than the marriages around us. And so we're just going to talk about that. But before we do that, let's get into all of the, the business stuff. So this is the One Step Deeper podcast. You can listen to us everywhere you listen to podcasts: Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, all of those places. Alexa, if you have that. You can find us on Instagram at One Step Deeper Podcast, and over on Facebook, One Step Deeper Podcast Community, Facebook community over there. We post stories and we post information, and those are words that I didn't mean to use. There's post up that you can read and interact with us there as well. Excuse me. I dropped my water. Okay. I'm a little nervous, even though I've been with him for 11 years. I'm still nervous to do this in front of him. So YouTube, every week at 4 p.m., we premiere the episodes over there. And lastly, wherever you listen to podcasts, leave us a review. It's important. It's how we grow. Leave us a review, what you think about the podcast. And that's all the business side of it. So let's get started. So do you want me to tell our start story?
Yeah, that'd be best because you tell a lot better than I do.
Okay, so I've been obsessed. Maybe that's not the right word to use, but I've been crazy about Chris Davis since I was like 12. I was little, and when I first met him, we were in youth group together, and he's 6 years older than me, so that's important for you guys to know.
You sound old.
Well, you are.
Seasoned, not old.
That's right, seasoned, yes. So we met when I was 12 and he was 17, so that was a no-no. We were just, I was just the little girlfriend. The little friend that was a girl. Yeah, I was just cute little Brittany Barwick at the time. Years go by, and we have a mutual friend, and that mutual friend, Chris, reached out to her and said, "Hey, what do you think of me?" And she's like, love you, bud. You're Bubba to me, so why don't you text Brittany Barwick? And he's like, nah, get her to text me. Mm-hmm. And so she texts me, and she's like, Chris Davis wants to talk to you. And I was like, stop lying. You lying. You telling me a story. And we text, that was a Thursday night, we text all night long. To this day, we don't know why we didn't call each other. But we text all night.
Yeah.
And then we went to say goodnight, and he was like, would you kiss me? And so we had planned a little date for the next day, a friend date, we're just going to catch up, a little friend date. And so we met up the next day, and
at Wally World. Yeah,
at Walmart. and he literally walks around the corner. I'm on the Halloween aisle.
Yes.
Yeah. And he walks around the corner with his cart and his bag of dog food, and it was like, bam, that was... I knew right then. I'm like, ooh, that's the one. He's walking towards me. That's it. Mm-hmm. I don't think you knew quite yet. Maybe like 2 hours later. The jury's still out. Oh, goodness. So we went on that first date. It went amazing. The connection was literally instant. We went on a second date the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And we talked anytime we weren't together. It was quite literally instant. About a week. Exactly a week after dating. For anybody who's in my family and don't know the story, I was 18, but not sorry. So we got to talking about marriage very quickly, very soon. You were 23?
Yes.
Yeah, 23, and had been in some serious
Glad you
relationships.
can remember all these numbers.
And we got to talking about marriage really fast, and we exchanged these rings. This was his, and this was mine. We exchanged these rings a week after dating.
At Odell Weeks.
Yeah, at a park, we exchanged rings. We were like, this is it. I'm committed to you. He was committed to me. And so basically a week after we started dating, we got married. That's basically what we're saying. That's what it was for us. Nobody knew. We didn't live
Full-fledged
together.
commitment.
I was still in high school. Yeah, we were just, so this was it. Anything to add to like the start of us?
It was awesome.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Fast forward, we got legally married in front of all of our friends and family. To the date a year later.
Yep.
Yeah.
The engagement was the funny part.
It was because we were married, but engaged. You know what I'm saying? It was.
Yeah, and you thought it was going to happen sooner.
Yeah, I did. So, okay, side note, and then we'll get into all the other stuff. So, March 1st was 6 months to the day after we had gotten, married in the park. And I just knew who's going to propose on that day. And it didn't happen. And I was like, oh, well, maybe. We already had the date set for our wedding, by the way. So, he had to propose sometime. And I was like,
Formally proposed.
yeah, formally proposed. So I was like, okay, well, I guess he didn't pick this day. That would have been pretty cool, but he didn't pick this day. And so the next day, I'm meeting Mikkel, our mutual friend, to plan the wedding, I might add. To plan the wedding we're already planning before we're engaged. And she's like, come over here, let's take some pictures. And I'm like, I don't want to take pictures, I want to eat my Subway. And she's like, just don't eat the sandwich, let's go.
You were ravished.
I was so hungry. And I get over there, and I thought Chris was working, and he's over where we're supposed to be taking pictures. And I'm like, what are you doing here? Hey. And you look so nervous.
Nope, I was perfectly fine.
You weren't nervous?
Nope.
Oh. And he didn't ask me to marry him.
Nope, never did.
Nope.
Never have.
Nope. He asked me to be his forever. Pause for the all, right? Right? You did cry at the wedding. You did.
I did.
He did.
I bawled like a baby.
Yeah. I was important to you.
Still are.
Okay. Okay, so adding kids into the mix. Let's go there. So we had been married. Seamus was right at the door.
Yes, the biggest child is knocking on the door.
So we had been married, and we immediately, I didn't really want kids, but Chris did. He wanted children so much, and specifically, he wanted a girl. He wanted a daughter. And his desire for children, I was like, okay, let's have a daughter. So
We got Phoebe.
we got a dog. Oh, yes. And very soon after we got the dog, we found out we were pregnant with Camberly. And just boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3. Camberly, Darcy, Alma. Oops. And another one. We had to start dealing with our own stuff.
Yes.
So that really goes into my childhood and his childhood, where it wasn't perfect. You want to talk about yours a little bit?
Which part?
I mean, any part that plays relevance here.
I mean, I had a workaholic stepdad and a mom who loved me to death.
Yes. Yes. Mary does love her some Chris Davis.
Yeah, she might be my second biggest fan.
Yeah, probably.
But no. I mean, there was parts that were good, there was parts that were bad. My real father.
Yeah.
I think I need to get into that.
You don't have to
turn
go
into a bawling session.
You don't have to go like into depths, but he wasn't there. Your biological father wasn't there for you.
Nope, not there for 22 years.
Yeah. And really the only influence that you had as a father figure was a workaholic, and kind of pushed that onto you. And,
which wasn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
It can become a bad thing.
Yeah.
I use it to my Not to my detriment, but to my advantage.
Right. But that came into play when we started talking about our children. And
Yes.
I knew, my father was the same way. He worked a lot to provide for us, which is important. As a dad, that is an important thing. Or as a parent in general, not just dad. I don't want to push societal norms here, but like, just in general, it's important for a parent to provide for their children. And we knew that. And I had never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And then I found myself being a stay-at-home mom, providing for them a stable... Our dog is outside the door going crazy. He's not loving that we're both in here. But providing that stable community for our children to be raised in, that was important for us. And he became the financial provider and kind of carried on that path of what his dad had done and his stepdad and his influences in his life had done. So it's a little distracting listening to the kids and the dog running around, by the way.
Yeah.
But
we go in full dad mode.
Chill out. So, because of that, we had decided we wanted him present in our kid's life more than his dad was present in his life. And it wasn't that you held fault there. It was just an observation that we made from our own childhoods that we wanted to be more present in our kid's life. Mm-hmm. And I did this one. I got to researching different types of parenting. Mm-hmm. And all we knew growing up was spanking. If you watched last week's episode where me and Brittany were talking about gentle parenting, I talked about Wildman a little bit and his reluctance. He's usually extremely supportive of anything that I want to do. He's so kind and understanding. Gentle parenting was the only pushback.
Well, I don't give a damn who tells it.
He was like, not spanking.
No, that doesn't make sense to me.
I'm not raising brats. Like, we're not doing that.
That's what I was told.
Right, me too. But we decided...
Spare the rod, spoil the child.
Exactly. And so, very reluctantly, we had lots of conversations. I immediately said, maybe we don't go full force, but let's just do no spanking. Mm-hmm. And you were okay with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, well, we'll see how this goes. And...
Trial period.
Yeah.
14 days.
And then we'll start over.
Yeah.
And then we'll charge your account.
Yeah.
Without you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do a lot of those.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm going to move my water so I don't have to reach off. So.
Just like.
He's so nervous. He'll loosen up in a second.
Me?
So.
Nervous? No.
Yeah.
No.
You are.
I'm never nervous.
You are. Here, I'll hold your hand. This is us all the time, by the way. Almost 11 years. October 1st will be 11 years together.
Really?
10 years married.
There's an expiration date on this thing.
I'll punch you. Okay.
I know you will.
But this is us all the time. Like, we were just at a party the other day, and all the other couples were kind of like normal. I don't know what normal is, but like, this is normal for us. Just laid up on each other, hugging, holding hands. Our kids very often. Ew. But we
Don't
love
you
it.
kiss? You would be here if I didn't.
When every time they say ew, they don't understand. That just makes us want to kiss more. It's like, yes, we have reached the golden point of parenthood.
Time to embarrass the children.
Yes. So, but navigating through gentle parenting really set us on another journey in our relationship.
Mm-hmm. How I treated you.
Yeah.
How you treated me.
We aimed at understanding each other rather than, just reacting to emotions. And we were really never reactionary from the beginning. You have an eyelash over there.
No, I just cried like a baby at her.
We were never reactionary.
Thanks, Tessa.
Yeah, my sister.
She started that.
She did?
Well, she started. No, actually, I think I made her cry.
I think you did, honey. You cried.
Let me
first.
believe someone made me cry.
Okay. You made you cry. It's okay. We can accept emotions here. We love emotions. Okay, so anyway, gentle parenting, we started doing that and just become more understanding with each other and patient with each other even more than we already were. And like, we've been through some shit, guys. Like, together. We've been through some shit. You know, like some of it we really can't like talk about in depth, but a lot of family things, a lot of knockdown, drag out, drama filled family things where we've had to move in one day, where we
rough night.
Yeah, where we had to pack everything up and leave in one day. We've been financially pushed to the brink where we've had family members live with us and we had no money. 2 kids, pregnant, two family members living with us. Well, a family member and a bonus living with us. And they didn't have any money, and like we just
started a new job.
Started a new job right then.
Lost money. Then went back to the old job.
Yeah, we've been through a lot.
Yeah.
And it's really crazy, like where we started versus where we are now.
Yeah, we started in an old double wide with holes in the floor.
Yeah, we started with nothing, but we didn't care.
Nope.
Like we wanted better. Yes, we wanted better for ourselves. And we've gotten better, but like in the beginning, we just were crazy in love. Like I was still in high school when I moved in with him, driving back and forth 45 minutes to get to school and then back home and then working. I didn't care. Like I just was crazy in love, and that's all that mattered.
Keto Chow is a customizable shake mix that is also perfect for cooking and baking, giving you simple, nutritionally perfect meal options. Keto Chow. Make keto easy. Discover your favorite flavor at jimmylovesketochow.com.
But speaking of like some of the really crazy things that we went through as a couple, I think last year was the height of what we've been through, and like surviving what we did last year. That's a moment of silence for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the year, last year, if you've listened to the podcast, you've watched the podcast, you probably know the story by now. Goes back to 2019, November 2019, Thanksgiving. I had an injury, and Chris, it doesn't make me emotional to talk about this on my own, but to think about it from his perspective, it does make me emotional, so just warning you guys. Chris had somebody, I had called Chris to the bathroom, or no, I had called Jessica to the bathroom, my stepmom, who's a nurse, and I asked her to look at it, and she's calling Chris, and by the time Chris gets to the door, I'm passing out in his hands from the pain in the bathroom. And so he rushes me to the hospital, and they push the hernia back in.
Yep. All right, you can go home now.
That was rough. Fast forward a couple of weeks, I have surgery. I come home. It's supposed to just be this routine hernia repair surgery, not a big deal. And I'm in astronomical pain on the couch. I couldn't do anything. I would cry all day. And in the follow-up instructions for home, I pushed that all together.
Drive time.
I know I'm still nervous. I'm nervous. They said to cough, and anytime I would cough, it was excruciating. Like I would have to hold a pillow against my incisions. It was excruciating, and I kept telling him, something's wrong. Something's really wrong. This is not normal. And I would call the doctor and like, listen, I'm in a lot of pain. They're like, it's normal to be in some pain. I'm like, this is not some pain. This is brutal. This cannot be normal. So by 4 weeks, I finally called and said, listen, I should not be in this much pain 4 weeks after a laparoscopic surgery. It should not be like this. So Chris took the day off, and we went to the doctor's office, and I went in by myself because we had the girls. We didn't have a sitter. That matters in this story. So I went in, Chris stayed in the car, and the doctor pulls out the ultrasound machine, and he literally says, I have no idea what this is. I had a mass pop up. And when he did that, and he said he had no idea what it was, I freaked out. And my support wasn't there. He was out in the car. And he's like, meet me at the hospital. We're going to have emergency surgery now.
Right now.
No. So I go out to the car. I'm freaking out, telling Chris these things. Chris has to leave me alone at the hospital, signing in for surgery. Thankfully, my grandma worked a couple blocks away, and my grandma came over.
Thanks, Brenda.
Yeah. Chris had to drive the girls to my mom, come back to the hospital to meet me there. I was in surgery for probably two or 3 hours. I don't know.
An eternity.
Yeah, I don't remember how long. And I woke up to an 8-inch incision. Lots of little marks, and lost part of my intestines, and they had to scrape my abdominal wall. It was completely necrotic. And the next 24 days I spent in the hospital.
Yeah.
And for the first 18 or 19, you didn't leave my side.
Nope. I used all my vacation time.
Yeah.
Plus some more.
And what was bad was, like, he had signed on for a new job.
Yep, called and told them I wasn't going to be there until you were out.
Yeah. But then you had to, because you ran out of time off.
I ran out of time off and ran out of money.
Yeah, we had nothing in the hospital. Like, we were thankful for a couple of people who had visited, who had gave us a couple $100 so Chris could eat. We maxed out our credit card so that you could eat. You slept on a bench for 20 days. Was it? I think one time there was like a chair.
That bench was better.
Yeah.
I remember drawing up to that doctor too.
So when I was in surgery,
Your grandma would tell that story better.
my grandma would tell that story better. Do you want to tell it? I'll do it.
Well, let's see if you can get it right.
So I was still in surgery, and the doctor come out and like knelt down next to Chris, and Chris's fist starts to go up like he's punching somebody. You better be careful.
You go ahead and open your mouth, choose your words.
He said, choose your words.
He was like, "Whoa, buddy, whoa! I just want to tell you what happened.
She's okay.
She's okay. I need to know about doing the nerve block." I said, "Oh yeah, you do a nerve block. If you come back out here like that again, I'm going to break you in half." Sorry, next time, that's my woman.
Was it his fault?
I don't give two shits.
So, one of the sweetest parts that really showed who Chris is and how he treats me and how he's always treated me was I couldn't bathe myself. That's hard for me because I'm super independent. I love me some Wildman, man. I do, but I'm like independent as hell, okay? Myself.
Very much so.
And I hated the idea of a nurse washing me, and they had to...
You hadn't had a bath in a while. They wouldn't let you.
Yeah, it was like...
Just wet nap bath and...
Yeah, and they finally told me that my staples were out. That's what it was.
You couldn't get a bath, a full shower until you get staples.
Out. And when I got my staples out, they told me that I could shower, and I was so excited, but I couldn't stand up to shower. And
You sat in the older people's chair in the shower.
you went to the store first, though. Do you remember that? I was like, please go get me Real People shampoo. Mm-hmm. I need Real People shampoo, and I need a razor. Please. Please.
I did that too.
Yep.
Shaved everything.
Shaved my legs, and shaved my arms, and...
Everything.
Not yet. Not yet. That was later. He washed me in the hospital and helped me to bed, and literally didn't leave my side. And then when he had to leave my side, he had to go back to work. He arranged for people to come be with me. But I think that time in the hospital is like the epitome of who we are.
The worst one was driving you back and meeting the ambulance. And then sitting in the waiting room. And they told me I could not go back there and see my wife.
Yeah.
And then the horror story back there. And then,
Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't want to talk about that because that was
No.
That was the worst part
Let's
of it.
bury that one.
We'll talk about that one at another date. That was really rough to this story. But But the hospital experience and how everything that happened during that time, it really shows who we are as a couple. And I just solidified everything I already knew about you. You ain't leaving. You ain't going nowhere.
No, I'm not stuck. I choose to be here.
Yeah, I pick at him all the time and say, hey, you're stuck. He's like, nah, I choose this. So yeah, it's a hard topic for us to talk about, the hospital. As a matter of fact, this is probably the most we've talked about the hospital experience.
Yeah, usually it ends in me getting up and going, I'm not talking about that. I feel comfortable talking about it.
So he's talking about it for you guys. Like, this is the most he's said. He's a man of few words until you get him comfortable, and then he won't stop talking.
That's true.
It is. I know it's true.
I'm trying not to overtalk you, too.
I've been over talking this whole time.
Well,
Please talk.
Well, my voice is very...
Enticing.
I don't know about enticing. It doesn't entice me, but...
I like your voice. I do.
Well, I've had this voice since I was 10, so...
So let's talk about, like, marriage for a second. And, like, our philosophy and, like, how we go about that.
Partnership.
Yeah, and I definitely, like, we view each other as partners. Like, he's not better than me, I'm not better than him. This isn't like, I do this, you woman, you do this.
No.
We break all societal norms.
Yeah, I come home and I remember you calling me, oh, I haven't got anything done, but I did this, and this, and this, and this, and this 1,000 thing. You didn't do anything, but you just named off for 200 things that you've done. Yeah, but I didn't do what I needed to do. Well, I'll do it. No, you're not. It's my job. No, my job. Mm-hmm. We argue about who's going to do the dishes sometimes, just so that one cannot.
Like as an honor system, not as a
you did it yesterday. No, you do it. I'll do it. No, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You work 12 hours, so.
I was eating breakfast this morning and he was doing the dishes and I'm like, wait, I can't help you right now. Just wait a minute. He's like, I got this. I'm like, no, wait, I need to help you. We heard something very early on from a pastor that we used to go to this church, and he said something that really intrigued us that we've taken to heart all these years, and that is outdo each other in honor.
Pastor Mark.
Yeah, Pastor Mark. And he said, outdo each other in honor. Always continually outdo each other with what you do. So flowers are one of them.
Don't make it a competition.
Yeah.
With each other, because that becomes something else. But
yeah.
Just do it because, okay, she deserves it. Birthday is not a special day.
Oh gosh, that's a different one. We don't celebrate birthdays. Yes.
Birthdays are a little different, but like, there's no special day for me to tell my wife I love her.
We don't do Valentine's Day. We don't exchange it. We don't exchange Christmas gifts. Yeah, we don't.
I don't like holidays.
Yeah, we don't celebrate on holidays. We make it a point to honor each other throughout the year. We make it a point to, if I see something that I know he would like, I just get it. Mm-hmm. Same for you.
Well, that's like me. When we lived in Wagner, I'd go to Pig and I'd get a thing of flowers, and people go, "What'd you do?" I'd be like, "Buy my wife flowers for no reason."
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, people do that? Yes. I buy my wife flowers about once or twice a week, just because.
Yeah.
Just haven't lately. You got to build up that.
The suspense. Is that what it is?
Yes, I do that sometimes. Be like, I'm gonna go buy her flip. Nope. She's thinking I'm going to. Not happening today. We're gonna do it on a special day.
Oh, I think we skipped over telling the engagement story.
We'll get to it. This is how we are. It's sporadic. It's a bunch of damn different paths going, and we end up where we're supposed to be.
Yes.
Sporadic and spastic. Brittany and Chris.
So when it comes to how we argue, that's important for us to talk about.
Argue or conversate?
That's what I was going to point out. We've gotten to a place, add in gentle parenting, add in childhood trauma, add in all of the things. We have started to understand each other. I don't want to come at Chris, and he doesn't want to come at me. We don't want to argue. We just decide, hey, what's fueling this right now? What's going on? Let's find the disconnect, get back to that point, and get to the root of it and let's fix this. Why are you upset?
It's never what tilted you over the edge. It's what built it to the edge.
Yeah. What's the underneath? Yeah. And sometimes that really frustrates us because you're like, no, I'm just mad about this one thing.
And no, it's not. Until we realize what it is, this argument will not be an argument. Sorry, this conversation will go on and on.
Yeah.
And then there will be awkward silence. And then the one who went over the edge goes, yeah, it was this. We are very stubborn too.
Ooh.
Especially the Barwicks.
How dare you? I am totally 100% in agreement with that.
Davises aren't that way.
Like waiting for the lightning strike.
Yeah, waiting for lightning. God or Thor, whoever.
Oh,
hey guys, you know I'm all about healthy nutrition, and I have a brand new product I want to tell you about called Athletic Greens. This is not just a multivitamin. It has 75 essential elements that you want to have in your diet, from probiotics to greens to digestive enzymes to prebiotics. There's so many things that they pack into the Athletic Greens. The main reason why I love them is it puts it all in one place. Like literally you'd have to a la carte buy all of these different supplements, and they do it all in one package. So if you go to athleticgreens.com/Jimmy, and you can get a special discount if you go there, and the discount is you get a free 1-year supply of their vitamin D as well as some of their travel packs. Go check it out, you guys. athleticgreens.com/.
But yeah, so it's important, like within our relationship, that we aim to understand each other. All the things that Jimmy and I talk about here on the podcast, like Chris and I have done those talks just like this, where usually it's I'm in the hammock and he's sitting on the back deck.
Sitting in my spot.
Yeah, he's sitting in his spot. I'm laying on the hammock. Usually we have a drink in hand and we just talk. We talk like this all the time.
We get off on so many tangents. I'm surprised this right here hasn't become a tangent show.
Oh man, we start talking about theology and philosophy and astrology, all the ologies,
biology, sexuality.
Yeah, Chris loves to joke with people because, like, look at him. You looked at him when he came on this camera and you judged him based on his appearance. I know you did.
Probably.
But he is not anything like you think he is. I promise. What, the guys at work? Oh, he gotta be. What did they say?
I had one person, new guy, come up to me in the lunchroom or break room and say, talk about something. And he said, "Yeah, you one of them racist white folk, redneck fellas." I said, "Huh?" And Maurice Coleman was sitting there, and he said, "Racist? What the hell wrong with you? You more racist than him for saying that. You don't know this man." If Maurice does ever watch this, I do love you. He didn't.
Yes. Yeah, that's one thing that you and I both wholeheartedly grasp onto within not just our relationship, but other people and other relationships that we have. Mm-hmm. We literally love all people, right where they are, whoever they are.
The only thing I'm going to judge you on is work ethic. Ask Brett Watkins.
I know, yes. Yeah, how hard you work and how you show up. Oh, how you treat your wife.
How you treat your woman. Mm-hmm. I tell all my youngins at work, if you love her, treat her right.
Yeah.
My papi told me that you can be right or you can be happy.
I don't like that. I don't like
and
that.
I added to it, I said, "Papi, what if I'm right and she's right?" He said, "Well, you just don't tell her that you're wrong. Just go ahead and tell her you're wrong."
I know that's an old way of thinking, happy wife, happy life. I don't agree with that. Yes, I want to be happy, but I think it's important that
happiness is not his eye of the beholder.
Well, just
or
like
beer holder, whatever.
Who was it? Like Will Smith, I believe it was, who was talking about him and Jada and how it's not his job to make her happy.
Reflecting about love. And I asked her, I said, what does she think was, one of the biggest revelations that she had had about love. And I thought that was a real deep idea. I remember the day I retired. I literally said to Jada, that's it. I retire. I retire from trying to make you happy. I need you to go make yourself happy and just prove to me that it's even possible. And after we cracked up, we started talking about, we came into this false romantic concept that somehow when we got married that we would become one. And what we realized is that we were two completely separate people on two completely separate individual journeys. And that we were choosing to walk our separate journeys together. And we decided that we were going to find our individual, internal, private, separate joy. But her happiness was her responsibility, and my happiness was my responsibility. And then we were going to present ourselves to the relationship and to each other already happy. Not coming to each other begging with our empty cups out, demanding that she fill my cup and demanding that she meet my needs. It's unfair and it's kind of unrealistic and can be destructive to place the responsibility for your happiness on anybody other than yourself.
It is not her job to make him happy, and it's not his job to make her happy. It's their own personal job to make themselves happy and bring that happiness to their relationship. And so we've really hit hard on that. I push a little harder with Chris because he's like, it's you and the kids that make me happy.
It's very hard for her to understand that I am simple-minded.
Yeah.
I don't know, simple-minded is not the right word. I'm simple when it comes to making me happy.
Yeah. Yes. You're not simple-minded at all. But
no, there's so much going on up there. I got to pinpoint to get something.
But as far as like argue, we don't really do that. We just have conversations, and that's important for us. If we're heated to the point of we're yelling or we're that heated, we walk away. It's not time.
You've only ever seen me mad one time.
Yeah.
Full-fledged mad twice.
Yeah.
And not towards her or a person.
Yeah.
One time it was towards an animal. Mm-hmm. And one time it was towards some, I don't know, was it towards a person? Or was it towards a situation?
I'm trying to remember the second time.
When I was on the back porch.
Oh, the back porch. Yeah, I think that was situational.
That was a situation, though. I had a lot of, it wasn't that moment. It was a lot, and I got tilted over the edge. And I ripped the boards off my porch.
Yeah.
Not out of anger. I was completely...
That was a really hard time for us. I mean, let's go back to that.
I was flabbergasted.
I had just gotten out of the hospital. Mm-hmm. I was still very weak, and I could still barely move and barely do anything for myself. All the pressure was on you. You had just shifted a new job. We were trying to save money to get a house. Everything was like...
Felt like we were stuck.
We had a legal situation happening that... to this day, because of all of that stress, it just tilted you over the edge, and it wasn't me. It was just you had a lot on you.
I remember you walking out on the back porch, and you put your hand on me, and I just melted on this. I was out there grabbing and twisting and grunting and crying and snotting. I was in a rough spot, and then my wife came out and said, "Are you okay?" Now.
Magic touch. Is that what you said?
Yep.
The magic touch.
That's what you got me with.
Yeah. I love you. Speaking of magic touch, so we were talking about our love languages. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
There's a camera.
Oh, gosh. So love languages is something that comes up a lot in relationships when I talk to people and they're like, what's your love language? Well, it's important that when you're in a relationship that you not only speak your love language, but you speak theirs. This is a big disconnect for us. Mine is quality time. That's fine, because his happens to play into quality time. His is physical touch. Like, holding hands, kissing, rubbing his chest or his head.
Finish that sentence quickly.
Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh God. I can't go anywhere with you. I can't take you.
That's why we're in our own home.
Can't do anything with you. Okay.
Then you can. You've been doing it with me for a long time.
Okay. Seriously, move on. Seriously. All right.
We have children. They should know.
So he enjoys holding hands and stuff. And so when we're holding hands, that is quality time. But the conundrum is I hate touch. I don't like to be touched. I don't like to be hugged. It's just, it's ill for me. But I know in order to make him feel loved, this is important. Just this. Driving down the road when we're in the truck, me just reaching over and grabbing his hand, like, that tells him my wife loves me. And he knows that his wife doesn't like physical touch. And so if she's making the effort to hold my hand or rub my back, that's a big deal. And also, you like to talk, but you don't like to talk like I like to talk.
I hate people.
But you don't hate me.
No, you're not a people. You're my wife.
Oh, okay.
My bride.
I'm not a people.
No.
Okay.
The people.
Okay. Okay.
I love people. I can't even say that without fidgeting.
You accept people and you love people.
No, I'll talk to anybody and
You
everywhere.
just don't
but
want to be around people.
I like solitary.
Yeah. No, you don't.
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
I don't know what it is.
You enjoy what brings you happiness, and that's me and the kids.
I'm like a little box. I'm sitting in it, and I want to be outside the box, but I don't want to be outside the box because the box is comfortable. So I want to be outside the box. Stay in the box. You see?
That's a good. I like that analogy.
I want to be outside the box, but I'm scared to be outside the box. I want to be comfortable in the box, but I'm scared of being in the box. I want to be outside.
You should probably listen to that episode that Jimmy and I did about unbox yourself. About how it's okay, the box is safe, and that is your safe place to be there. And I think it's okay to like set that up. You are my box, you know, like you are my safe place. If I've had a rough day,
I'll tell you that when we're in an argument, and you're like, not an argument, a conversation.
okay, argument you can say.
We don't actually argue.
No,
It's
we
not.
really don't.
It's not none of that. That was what my parents did.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah, if that is
You're wrong. No, you're wrong. No, I'm right. No, you're right. Okay. No, it's like, oh, so that's what you're, okay. Now let me say something. All right. Well, I'll add to that in a minute. Okay. That's what we do.
yeah, it's like, all right, I see what you're saying. Pause there. Let's talk about that. Let's go.
The only time it ever starts to get heated is when I interrupt her.
Oh,
And it's not
I
on
hate
purpose. I try to add to what she's saying in agreement, and it actually does not work. Kind of makes it a little worse.
I get a little reactionary when people do that, when they interrupt me. I don't like that.
But I do it just to add.
Just to add,
You know, I went to culinary school. I like to add something.
just a little spice. Okay, I got you. So
See, tangent.
that's what we do, though. You know, like that's just who we are.
I got to keep people going.
Yeah.
I got to keep myself involved.
Well, my brain keeps telling me we have to go back and tell the engagement story. So March 1st was the 6 months, and he didn't. I did tell the story. I just didn't. I just didn't
You did.
specify that it was March 2nd. It was the day after, and so
what I
that's.
said. I don't know what engagement story you were going to tell because I remember you telling it.
You're distracting me with your eyes.
With my permanently dilated pupil.
Yes. You're distracting me, and so I can't think straight. I can't do a podcast when I'm staring in your beautiful face. Okay, so we've talked about how we argue and how we parent and how we do this life together. Is there anything that you would like to add?
Marriage isn't hard.
Oh, he said that. You want to elaborate?
Now, what did we say the other day?
Life's hard.
Life's hard. Marriage isn't
Marriage
hard.
isn't hard.
You can make your marriage hard, but marriage in itself is not hard.
I think it's with parenting. People say
Parenting is not hard. Parenting can become hard if you make it hard
yeah.
on yourself and your children. Like, take Alma this morning while you were doing your live. I got frustrated.
Yeah.
She grunted at me and said, and stomped off. I almost became Mary Dennis. But no, I said, you know what? I'm not going to make this hard.
Yeah.
Part of me said, wait till her mama get done. Mama can. But no, I said, Alma, just go to your room. Mama's busy.
Yeah.
You can be upset. You'll get time with Mama later.
Yeah.
She went to her room. I could have blew up. Went up there and became one of the.
But that would have led to more tears and more grunting and
more than it's been a spiral.
So with parenting and marriage in general, like, I think it really just sums up one word: understanding. We try to be understanding and see it from the other person's point of view.
Yeah, it's not, some people say you get down on your children's level. Or, well, why not, you get down on their level. But also bring them up a little bit as you, all right, hold on. You're not just a child. You're a little person, itty bitty baby person. And like Cammie is so mature now for an 8-year-old. It's not funny.
But not out of trauma.
No, she wants to be.
Yeah.
I'm tired of my baby sister, but I love my baby sister. That's what she's told me that. I'm tired of her. I love her. God.
She's going
See how
through
mom
that
does
pool.
this.
She's going through that pull of like wanting to be older and mature, but still wanting to be a kid.
And I tell her all the time, be a kid.
Yeah.
Because I remember my mother telling my stepfather that you're not going to work him. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do this. He's going to be a child. And then I'd go out in the field, plant, do the farm work and all that. And she said, now you going to let him play his video games.
Mary was the balance.
Yeah, because she told him that I will not be work all the time. I will not.
Yeah.
I worked the majority of the time.
You did.
So she was with me, though.
You did.
That was a hard-working woman.
So Mary is Chris's mom, and there was a lot of contention there in the beginning. In the beginning, we loved each other. In the beginning, me and Mary loved each other when we were dating. Well, when I had kids, Mary has an opinion about everything, and I didn't want to hear her opinion, but she was going to tell it anyway.
You don't have to. Mama's words is you don't have to listen to me.
But you have to listen.
You have to listen to me say it. You don't have to do it. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. So her and I struggled, and poor Chris was stuck in the middle of that. We struggled with a relationship, and now I love her so much. And I look back on those times.
I think she loves you more than me now.
No, never happened. This is Bubba.
I'm her baby.
Her baby boy.
You wait till she's mad at me and calls me Leroy.
I know.
There's no Leroy in the family.
I know. Okay, but
No.
we get distracted so easy when we're around each other.
I don't see how we get anything done.
I know, right? But Mary she's such a sweetheart, and I look back on those times and that balance that she was for you, and some of I love her. Like, she is probably where I was like, you know what? I need some confidence.
She's a bad bitch.
Yeah, she's a bad bitch. And, like, she will tell you. She does not get offended by that word. Please call me that. I love it.
She says, I earned that title.
Yeah.
But did you earn the right to call me
To
that?
write me. Oh, I love Mary so much. She plays a big part in our story.
I remember one of my sisters mumbled, bitch. And my mama turned around, yeah, damn right I'm a bitch and you ain't qualified to call me one.
That sounds like something Mary would say, but she was a huge part in our relationship, and it wasn't fair.
She transitioned too.
She did. It wasn't fair for her to like put me through this, but like I had to go through the test of am I good enough for her son, and nobody else had passed the test. Miserably failed the test, and I pretty much told her to her face, listen, you and me may have some problems, but Chris Davis is my life, and I will...
That flipped it.
Yeah.
She said, wait a minute. All right, well, I'm going to give her a shot.
Yeah.
She says, I always loved her, but I didn't like her.
Yeah.
Now, she calls you more than she calls me.
We had to push the bounds a little bit, but I think you and I did that too, you know, where we just...
In the beginning,
Yeah.
the week hiatus, I destroyed my bathroom.
I know you are not going to bring this up on this positive podcast here. You're going to bring up that week. Okay.
The one week that lost my mind.
So...
You told me to open up, so
I did.
Let's open this.
I did. We're going to open it up. Okay.
We got a whole 10 minutes.
Okay. So going through this and going back to that moment, what happened was a lot of my past, a lot of my trauma, a lot of my past relationships really started to eat on this relationship. I had fallen in love so fast, so quickly, had made a huge commitment.
Second or third week of being together?
No, this was like November. This was like early November. So
Yeah.
this was like 12 weeks in.
12 weeks in.
Yeah.
Like that,
No.
No, it was a
8
month.
weeks in.
Yeah.
Month. Sometime in that was fairly early in the beginning.
Late September, early October.
Into early November, yeah. So about a month, 6 weeks in. And
Point Chris.
I had, yes, Point Chris. You got that one. You earned it. We had just moved so fast. Guys, I was in high school. I was 18. And so I was like, I need a week. I need a break. I need a full week of us not talking. I need to know that I'm going to miss you.
I allowed you to have your week.
You did.
I just didn't take it very well.
I know, baby. I'm so sorry I did that to you. But after a week, you can clearly see we did not get back together. Oh, goodness. I knew probably 2 days in, but I wanted to
She wanted to continue what she had planned. If she plans a week, it's going to be a week. Please believe me when I tell you.
I feel that ice. Yeah. That feels ice. That feels ice cold. That feels stab. Oh my gosh. You see this? Maniacal. Just diabolical. Yeah. That is the truth. If I plan something, I'm going to do it. And if I plan it, you going to do it too, man.
She's like, I'm going to do low carb. Would you like to do it too? Yes. Yeah, great.
I don't do it as bad as I used to.
No, when you were a vegan?
When I was vegan, it was bad.
Here, taste this cardboard chili. You remember that chili?
You said you loved my chili. Were you lying to me?
I didn't lie. I stretched the truth very far. So far, I couldn't tell it was a lie.
Oh, gosh. Oh.
You even said it was horrible.
It was really bad, guys.
It tasted like cardboard drenched in chili
so
powder.
Bad. It was so bad. I'm so
I
sorry.
ate it, though, because I've eaten worse.
Yeah. I'm so sorry I put you through that. But you've always been so supportive of me.
I remember arguing about gorillas.
Oh, God.
Being omnivore. They're not omnivores. They're from...
Another time we can discuss that.
Man, we could just make a video on just the tangents we get off on.
We have said so many times on the back porch, or the back deck. What is it called?
Patio.
Thank you.
We're in the proper part of civilized town.
Okay.
It's patio.
Patio. So on the back patio, when we get in our conversations, especially if we've been drinking or, philosophicating. That's a word.
That sounds dirty.
So when we're out there and we're talking, we're having our conversations, and we just always mid-stop go, what if somebody would videotape this? We would make millions just videotaping our crazy ass here, there, all over the place.
We should get a chalkboard and just tally every time the conversation changes. And then tally how many times it comes back to something. Because we'd run out of chalkboard.
We really would.
Especially when Brett's here.
Oh, gosh.
See, right now, these people don't even know where to go.
I have to bring Brett on the podcast one day.
This is the way it's going to be. Hi, Brittany. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you see, Batman.
Okay. But, yes, it is easy for us to go all over a tangent, but that develops our relationship. We go deep into philosophical conversations, and we talk about our beliefs and our existential crisis, and we talk about all these things. And if I'm having a moment at work, or I'm having a moment at home, you know, Chris is always there for me. I can call him at work and say, listen, I need a moment of your time. I understand if you're in the middle of something. As soon as you get a moment, I need a moment. And he will always call me.
Well, that's what I did with John yesterday.
Yeah.
You called. He was like, I said, 1 minute. My wife's calling me. I said, I don't care. Hello.
Yeah. And I appreciate that, you know, and I'm the same way.
Fired me up all like you.
I was just telling Jimmy yesterday, we were talking on the phone, me and Jimmy, and I was telling him there are times where I don't have my phone on me on purpose. I will leave it elsewhere, and I get notifications to my watch that somebody texts me. If it's literally anybody else, I'll get to them later, but if it's Wildman, I'm going. Like, I'm answering. No hesitation. I'm going to answer back. And so, but we've always been that way. Almost 11 years.
I stop in the middle of anything. I remember holding something for somebody at work.
Yeah.
They're like, hold this. My wife's calling. You need to, I ain't holding it no more. She calling me. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? You going to wait right here till I'm done?
That's a little extreme.
It wasn't extreme. It wasn't. They weren't going to hurt them.
But that's precious. That's just part of our relationship that I enjoy, that we both...
She's first.
And he's first.
That's right. It's the unbreakable.
Alright guys, well that was episode 29. I do apologize if it was all over the place. This is Wildman. This is what we do all the time. I love him so much. I hope you got a kick out of our story and out of us laughing and our... basically just letting you sit in on a conversation with him and I.
I'll do better next time.
Oh man, yeah, you have to come on again. You gonna come on again?
Sure.
Yeah?
I
Okay.
have to drink a little more.
I got it. Wisdom with Wildman.
Have bread on with that one. Because you know,
Wildman.
wise man is a quiet man.
Oh gosh. So anyway, that's episode 29, guys. Thank you so much. You can find us anywhere that you listen to podcasts: Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, Alexa, over on Instagram, onestepdeeperpodcast.com. You distracted me. One Step Deeper Podcast over on Instagram, One Step Deeper Podcast Facebook community, also onestepdeeper.com. You can find all the episodes there and listen to any of the past episodes. Look forward to another episode with Wildman, because I'm sure it will come up again as we let Wildman weigh in on all these same topics we talk about.
We'll go in the woods next time. I'll feel more comfortable.
Okay. Every week, YouTube, it premieres 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find the podcast there. Make sure you leave us a review anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Man, I am all over the place. Thank you so much for the distraction.
I'm a good distraction.
Yes, you are. Thank you, guys. We're signing off now. Y'all have a wonderful day.
OneStepDeeperPodcast.com.